Norfolk church has been banned from using council premises after it published a leaflet criticising Islam. Norwich City Council says Norwich Reformed Church's document Why Not Islam breaches the Equality Act 2010 and is hate motivated, although Norfolk police say no laws have been broken. As a result, the church can no longer run its bookstall in the city centre or use another property as a place of worship. Why Not Islam was written by Norwich Reformed Church's pastor Reverend Dr. Alan Clifford.
It's basically a critical appraisal of Islam and a presentation of the authentic gospel of Jesus Christ. It outlines many of the concerns that an increasing number of people have in the United Kingdom, in Europe and in the West about the atrocities and the agenda of the Islamic ideology.
So you say that it has the opinion of many people. Where have you gathered that information to know that many people feel like this?
Well, the Christian press, email contacts worldwide. There is global concern, particularly in connection with the ongoing and increasing persecution of Christians in places like Nigeria, Pakistan, Indonesia, and in Darfur, in Sudan, an increasing belligerence of Muslim people against Christian minorities in these places.
Would you say all Muslim people are like that?
No, only those who are in a majority position in largely Muslim states. In Europe, of course, where they are a minority, but a growing minority, they take a much less belligerent line. But as we know from the public demonstrations of Muslims, for example, in Luton, against our troops and against other institutions, that there is an increasing militancy about the Islamic community within the United Kingdom.
One could argue, though, they are a definite minority of the overall Muslim faith. It would be, to use the term, extremists. Do you feel that ultimately all Muslims are behaving in that way? Or I would put it to you that it is just the extremists, in inverted commas, that are behaving in this way.
Yes, well, the only difference really between militants and moderates is that the militants are vocal and the moderates really keep quiet. They themselves share the same faith, and the teaching of the Quran is very definitely one of militancy against both Jews and Christians. From the beginning, 13 centuries ago, this is the teaching of the Quran and the even more violent Hadith, the traditions of the Prophet. So basically, the underlying agenda of the Islamic religion is to turn the world into a universal caliphate and to dominate the world by force. And what we have done in this particular leaflet is to expose the authentic agenda of worldwide Islam, which is as old as the 6th century. And unfortunately, these things are not welcome in a politically correct climate where you aren't allowed to criticize Islam. Everything else may be criticized. Christianity may be criticized and is often vilified by Muslim people. And yet, when they are criticized, as we've had local experience, which has led to our current situation, they really can't accept it. They can't accept criticism.
I would put it to you, though, some of the language that has been used within this leaflet is quite strong to refer to it as, in inverted commas, the Muslim menace, for example.
Yes.
How would you feel if a leaflet was written that you were given that was called the Christian menace, for example, or used a similar kind of language that is used in that leaflet about your personal faith? How would you react?
Well, such things have been said for 2,000 years about Christians. This is nothing new. It doesn't upset me because I know that the basic rhetoric is false. because Christianity is a message from the God of love. It is a message of mercy and of kindness, and there are an increasing number of people who are more and more informed about the real character of the Islamic ideology that see this is the case. I'm having increasing support, worldwide support, which finds nothing whatever objectionable in my leaflet.
But again, I put it to you, if someone handed you a leaflet and spoke about your faith in that way, you're telling me you wouldn't react at all?
No.
No reaction whatsoever?
It wouldn't disturb me because, as I say, worse things have been said about Christians. Worse was most said about our Lord Jesus Christ. He himself was described as being of the devil. You can't get worse than that. And yet the falsity of the charge means that it tells us more about the critic than it does about the criticised. So if I was to receive a leaflet, and there are such leaflets published by Muslims and others who are hostile to authentic Christianity, and no, it doesn't upset me at all. In fact, I expect it.
How do you feel this whole issue works in terms of unity? Do you feel there should be unity amongst religions?
It's impossible for faiths of very different and opposing convictions to be united. The idea is absurd. There can only be unity among people who believe the same faith. So there's no unity. I mean, there is an organisation which is gaining some support called Chrislam. I don't know whether you heard of that. It started in the United States, where there is an attempt to fuse Christianity and Islam, which simply ends up betraying both religions, because there's no way you can mix oil and water.
That's Norwich Reformed Church's pastor, Reverend Dr. Alan Clifford, speaking there. Now, we contacted Norfolk Police, who gave us this statement.
Police can confirm they received a complaint from a member of the public regarding leaflets that were distributed in the Haymarket area of the city centre. Inquiries were carried out, and following discussions with the City Council, the Forces Diversity Team and the Crown Prosecution Service, it was deemed that no offences were carried out. The force takes any reports of hate crime seriously, and we would encourage anyone who experiences such a crime or a hate incident to contact the police.
And this is what Norwich City Council had to say.
We received a complaint from a member of the public about material published by the Norwich Reformed Church, which uses council facilities. This was considered to be hate-motivated, and in accordance with the agreed Norfolk multi-agency protocol, we contacted the police. Although the police advised that no criminal offence had been committed, we have a duty under the Equality Act 2010 to foster good relations between people of all backgrounds and religions. By allowing premises owned by the council to be used by an organisation publishing such material, we would be failing in that duty. People across Norfolk have recently been urged to stand up to hate-motivated and intolerant behaviour through our publicity campaign. And as a council, we have to play our part and take action where necessary.